MrBeast survived 100 days of hardcore Minecraft and I'm recreating his world. This was the world before everything was created. Stick around to see how it turns out. I started off with the house. His house had a dirt area at the bottom, 2 layers of wooden planks up top, and a cobblestone castle to finish it off. I decided to be a bit more creative with this and got to digging a circle. I filled it with water and made an island in the middle of it. The island represents the dirt area at the bottom. You might be thinking, I just started and things couldn't go wrong. But things have already went wrong. My original idea was to remake his custom 15 million subscriber play button on the top of the island. But, it was harder than I thought. This is just terrible. After spending quite some time, I decided that it was impossible to get every little detail in that amount of space. So I scrapped that idea and went with a different approach. I built a YouTube play button and 2 more at the top, with light blue and magenta concrete, the MrBeast colors. Then I worked on the castle aspect of his home. Instead of putting it at the top, I put it around the island to make it feel more protected. I spent some time making sure I got the symmetry right, and here's what we have now. I added a bridge, decorated the water aspect with some sea pickles and sea grass. Lastly, added tons of trees that stand for one of my favorites, the Team Trees video. I constructed furniture to the inside of every layer, first layer being a multifunctional room with chests, furnaces, crafting tables, and armor, for whenever he needs to go to battle. Second layer for a brewing/villager trading room, and the top one being a bedroom. You might ask, well, why not just put the bed at the first layer? It would be way more convenient. Well, in one of MrBeast React's videos, he said,
Nah, that's a turn off for me. I don't like sleeping on the first floor, especially with glass windows. Someone could just go pop, and they're right there.
So I made it at the very top. And just like that, MrBeast's house was finished. Next thing on the list was the rune portal. For this, I recreated his $800,000 private island with a twist. After I finished the base of the island, I made a huge cave in the middle of it. And this is where the portal is gonna go. I lit the portal and thought, this looks very boring. So I upgraded it by bringing the nether to the overworld and making it come alive. This gave it a more scary vibe, and that was exactly what I was going for. I made a tiny nether recreation by using crimson blocks. I made a pathline. Is that even a word? Anyways, I added vines and leaf blocks to make it look overgrown. I placed the final touches and the rune portal build was checked off the list. Let's go! The third building I made was a barn for his animals. Of course, I made it with the MrBeast colorway. Let's go again, Pop! Never seen a blue and magenta barn? Well, there you go! I made the roof with gray concrete and started making the insides. I went with a more traditional barn look, unlike the outside. I put hay bales everywhere and added the cows and chickens, the only 2 animals MrBeast had in his farm. I made the top look like an old attic. To be honest, I don't really know how it looks like because I've never been to a barn, but anyhow, I added cobwebs, fences, chests along every side to complete this build. And now I tried making his wheat farm, which was my third mistake. My first mistake was trying to build this in the first place. No matter what style I tried, it just didn't fit with the theme or just looked trash, completely trash. Legit dog water trash. I ended up going with a design like this, which I don't really like, but it is what it is. Let me know if you have any ideas for the farm. Now there were only 3 things remaining: the enchanting area, the mines, and the 100-day celebration zone with Technoblade. I started with the opening of the mines. Now, hear me out. Dirt pile changed to MrBeast burger. Okay, sounded better in my head, but let's roll. I created the Chandler burger because it was my favorite one, and I built a plate below it. After that, I made an opening in the middle with stairs and rails for efficiency. Here's a building trick. Build a few blocks down and add a wall of black concrete, and it will look like it's a long tunnel. Sort of. What am I even doing? Soon, I made the enchanting area. I wanted to make it look more fancy by turning it into a school. Get it? Cause books give knowledge and school uses books. Get it? Do you get it? Do you get it? It also shows another awesome video from him. I went back to first grade for a day. On the outside it looked cool already, and on the inside
it is completely dry.
It's an area full of magic that enchants your incredible weapons to be even stronger. That was overly dramatic. And finally, the last thing left to build was the area to celebrate hitting 100 days on hardcore. MrBeast used blackstone for it, so I one-upped him and used polished blackstone. I split it into 2 sides, one for Technoblade and one for MrBeast. I added 2 beds and a couch in front to enjoy the view of the sunset. I implemented another one of his videos, I bought every billboard in my city for this video. I placed signs everywhere near it, which didn't really say anything because Minecraft doesn't let you get bigger text. It doesn't let you get bigger text. Added a truck as well because I thought it would be cool. And finally, I added the roads and trees area, and I hope you guys like it.
Mr. B6000, oh, Mr. B6000, oh, Mr. B6000, yeah, you know his name. He changed it once or twice, but I think it's here to stay. His thumbnails, well, they're made in paint, but if you ask me, I think they're kinda quaint. Mr. B6000, oh, Mr. B6000, oh. His random videos are the name of the game. Some might say they're a ticket to fame. The occasional intro may not make sense, but we all get a laugh at their expense.